I've reading biography of Pastor Timi Afeni. Timi Afeni is a distinguished entrepreneur, business coach, educator, author, and faith leader dedicated to empowering individuals and organizations to achieve sustainable success. He's the host of Business Coffee, an online platform that delivers inspirational and practical insights for entrepreneurs and professionals seeking personal and business growth. Timi is the founder of Afeni Business Class, an entrepreneurial intelligence development firm established to equip Africans with the mindset, knowledge, and strategic thinking needed to navigate Africa's unique economic challenges and opportunities. He is also the founder of Quiver Schools Akure, a science and technology driven secondary school committed to improving practical, innovative, and future focused education that prepares young people for success in the emerging global economy. In addition, Simi serves as the founder and senior pastor of Church Experience, where he teaches kingdom principles and their application to success, economic empowerment, leadership development, and family transformation. A prolific author, Timi Afeni has written several impactful books, including 1. Unemployment is unnecessary. 2. Banking on the blessings of your business. 3. Commanding your business mornings. 4. Fasting that opens your business mind. Through his work in business, education, leadership, and ministry, Timi continues to inspire and equip individuals to maximize their potential and create lasting impacts in their communities and beyond. He is happily married to Tosin Afeni, and they are blessed with 2 children, a daughter, Tara, and a son, Tiwa. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in Mercy Seat, please make welcome Pastor Timi Afeni.
If you want to try, you must understand your weaknesses, must understand the environment, must understand yourself, must understand the calling, the business, the idea, then the forces of resistance. So if I say I'm very shy person, I'm telling you the truth. Whether I like it or not, I need to try it by speaking like this. Do you understand it now? Are we in class already? Okay, who can try now? Who can define the tribe now? So let's try to make it like a lecture in the university, not a seminar. Who can try now? We can conduct the test already now with 20 marks. Who can define the word to try? I started by saying, I'm your speaker today, but I said I'm a very shy person. That looks contradictory. Whether I like it or not, this is what I should do in life. So either I like it or not, I have to show up. Either you like it or not, you have to show up. So who can say something about the word try? Who can try? Okay, my sister, thank you.
Okay, so I believe that try meant to do something against all odds.
Oh my, can we just give her a beautiful round of applause? To do something against what? All odds. Okay, before I do that, I would like to celebrate an excellent pastor, the pastor of King's Word, Akure, Pastor Akinojo. Good afternoon, sir. Please do better. Let's celebrate him. He's doing massive work in Akure, and so I must say this. We have seen Akure in a different way through your leadership. Thank you, sir. I grew up in Igakwe State. So you understand now. I went to the primary school, so you understand now. So for what you are doing there, I can judge the work in my own little way. God bless you, sir. Please, let's celebrate him one more time. And our sister, Mrs. Tose Abiola, I think I'm right. God bless you, ma. God bless you, ma. I will learn from you today. Amen. That's an important feat. Please let's celebrate her also. And also your husband for being here today. God bless you, sir. We celebrate you. And quickly to the leadership. Wow, this church is amazing. When I entered, I said, yes, it is good to try. There is a clear difference between last year and this year. So our daddies, our mommies, and the leadership of the church, this is massive. God bless you. Congratulations. I will pray for more success and impact in the land in Jesus' name. Go on in life despite all odds. And please, can I have the marker? And this is simple. When you are dreaming, everything will look so perfect. But that one is not enough. In case you don't believe me, ask Joseph. That I will stand before my brothers and all of them will bow before me, look so sweet. When you want to give a pitch, when you want to make a presentation, when you want to call for investors, your 1 million, your capital will look like, let's start with 10, 100,000, 100,000 naira. Then in your mind, it will be what? 1 million. Thank you, sir. It will be 1 million. But let me tell you, to thrive means you may not likely see this one again. Hello? And this one will torment you for a very long time. And it will create depression. Please, let's respond now. You get it? We will try our best to go into, I don't want us to do, when I saw that Pastor Akure be here, I tried to shift my own to another dimension because I respect him a lot and I know we do wonderful work with my sister. But we are going to do something that looks so. One of the things I wanted to ask before is that I feel like asking, I want to know what you are into. I've seen great brands. I've seen, I want to know what you are into. Maybe dry cleaner, a farmer here, a farmer, a school owner, a teacher, a banker, lawyer. Yeah, just leave there if I mention anything. Photographer. Oh my gosh. Okay, just wave your hands. Okay, fashion designer. There will be many. Hello? There will be many. Bakers. Is anybody that runs a bakery here? It's very hard these days. Bakery. Like you are producing bread. Bread? Wow, that's good. Wow, let's celebrate that. That's great. You have your bakery functioning. Wow, that's great. That's great. At times we don't move into some powerful businesses. There was a time a young man wanted to start that business and the mother called him and said, I don't want to lose you. You are my only son. Look for another business. And he asked the mother, I said, Mommy, why? The mother said, there are many demonic people operating bakery. I don't want them to kill you. And the guy dropped the idea. I guess some of you dropped some ideas too. Is anybody like that? Is anybody like that? You drop some idea because of fear. Let me see hands. We are going to wake them up today. You drop some ideas because of fear. Don't mention them. Just lift your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see like that? You have changed your mind. Okay, please write this down. Okay, I don't let us go into that yet. So, let me start with this. If you're a lover of football and World Cup to be precise, and your country is not part, your country will not be part of those who will do the game this year, and you love football, and your country is not there. Hello? No, wait. You do what? If your country is not there, then you do what? That's right. You'll be angry. I trust Nigeria. Some will pick Argentina. Like me, I'll pick Argentina because of Messi. If you get it, people quickly shift to other countries. We are together. Okay. Then some will not watch at all. Right? Hello? Hello? Please, I want us to respond. I want us to respond. Some will not watch at all because of anger. Then some will reach other African countries like South Africa to lose all their first 3 matches. And I think they've started already. Okay. But let me tell you, if you sit somewhere and you wish somebody bad luck, you are not thriving. And that is the beginning of poverty in Africa. When something is not working and you are angry. I mean, when something is not working for you and you are angry with somebody who is doing it. There are many Christians like that. The anger in their hearts will never allow the ideas in their hearts to ever surface. No matter how you fast, no matter how you pray. Business is a mind thing. Most times, that's why you wish to have certain things. You don't have them. The major reason is what you don't have the mind for it. But physically, you like it. I want my fashion store to look like this. I want my fashion store to look like this. And you are just spending 200,000 every month without any accountability on. You want to be a fashion designer. You want to have a boutique. And you are spending a lot on yourself. Buying clothes, buying shoes, and you are not selling. So it will look as if oh, that lady is a fashionista. She will own a boutique one day. She likes it, but she doesn't have the capacity to produce it. Business is tough. So, if you are not in the World Cup and South Africa is not doing fine, and you are happy, and you wish all of them to fail the way your own country fails, it's a good thing, but let me tell you, it's not healthy. Then number 2, you may be angry. Anger is not complete without hunger. Right now. If you are angry about something and there is no hunger for solution, do you get it? That anger is defective. That anger is terrible. That anger is like cancer. You are just angry. Monday morning, you are just angry about the country, but you are not doing anything. You are not thriving. But if your country is not in the World Cup and you try your best to check all other things, like checking the age range of the Ghanaian team. Hello? No, of course, no. Now, the jollof rice matter, we are really dealing with it. For Ghana and what do? What you do is that you sit down, you look at those who are doing well, that's why are we not there? Those who are there, why are they there? What are the things they got right? In the long run, you develop hunger for growth. You develop hunger for innovation. Then you can now tell yourself, though we may not make it to the next one, which is another 4 years, but you say, let us create a system that will make us to participate in every World Cup for the next 30 years. Who is flowing? Who is flowing? That you are not having it, but you are studying those who have it. I mean, you study those who have it. You don't have the exact thing that you want, but the desire is there. That if they should ask you that what do you want to do, you can stand up and describe the vision of your friend that is into fashion business. Sade is into fashion business. You are not into fashion business. But with what you have seen from Sade, you can draw a blueprint for yourself. That means you be studying someone. At that particular time, it means you have a goal. You have a desire to stand up, even if the world is asking you to sit down. Because the world will ask you to sit down. In my first book on business, I wrote, unemployment is unnecessary. And the tagline is how to survive in an economy that doesn't want you. Because I can assure you, there's an economy that doesn't want you. So despite the challenges, what are the things you will put in place? So if your country is not in the World Cup, you don't need to do something that will make you to appear next and disappear next time. At that particular time, that embarrassment, that bankruptcy, you have lost money in business, you lost your 100K, you lost your millions of naira, you lost the ideas. Those things should not go to waste. You sit down and tell yourself that I need to learn because I'm not packing up from business. So it is that sitting down, that calculative steps that will now make you to survive in the long run in business. So by the time you come back, you are now back as a genius. Are we back now? I took it to Mexico, Canada. Yes. Are we back? Hello? Are we back? So, you will see the example of the World Cup every day. You will see the things you want to treat. Another person's papa. You will see your business in Lagos, though you are in Akure. You will see the things you love. Do you understand that? So, just make sure that you retain the vision, because a particular time will come, and that's why when you are coming out, you don't come out like those who made it to the World Cup and crash out at the group stage. I can give you example of countries that sat down for years to develop their system. Do you understand that? Including USA. After the USA 94, they sat down to build their own football league. They don't used to have that before. They focus on basketball, focus on baseball. But around USA 94, no. So we can do football. You understand that? But if care is not taken as a business person, you will not consider your training season. You just want to be in business. And to Mrs. said, this is going to be a long problem and a long-term problem in Africa. And that is why our focus today should just be, let me develop the mind for this team, knowing that this journey will be tough. So, to thrive means you need to be purposeful. I saw something on the internet, very important, and I like it. It says intent means conscious purpose. Conscious purpose. Not that I have a purpose, but I'm conscious about this purpose. I'm conscious about this purpose, because if you want to thrive, and looking at that plant that we have there, it's like you are planting something and you have resistance. You have things fighting your lights. That no matter what you want to do, we will make sure you will not come out. No matter what you want to do, we will make sure we will not buy from you. And in the process, you may likely drop yourself to a lower degree of business by doing what is common. Then you now get to a particular, the way God ordained it, what you want to do, you are here. But because of the resistance, there will be resistance here. Then you drop to this level. Then when you get to this level, there will be, because there are many people that will also, they will not have the strength to fight here, and they get to this stage. This stage is the stage of the common man. When you see yourself doing a common business, be careful. Number one, write it down. If you look so easy, but the competition will be very, very stiff. The competition will be very, very stiff. Common idea, common system, common strategy. It is because you now find yourself at a level where you can just do what everybody is doing. So what you're supposed to do at the initial stage of building your business is to build an uncommon ground. I believe strongly that God created everyone with an iota of monopoly. I believe it's true. That there is a place you will stand in life and you are standing there all by yourself. And you will get that strength by fighting. You will get that strength by fighting the necessary battle here. This is who you are. Everybody is your customer. There is an idea. Age 7, age 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Your uni days. You can see that this is what I want to do. And as you are seated there, you know within yourself there is something in your heart you have not shared with anybody. Hello? You know what Nehemiah said. He said, there is something God put in my heart and I have not shared with anybody. There's something God put in my heart to do for Jerusalem and I have not shared that with anybody. So as you are seated there is a unique way of doing it. Number one, you are afraid that this thing may not work. And I will tell you the truth today, that fear is enough for you as a couple. And it's a positive fear. Hello? I said it's a positive fear. There are secrets within you that you don't want to share so that they will not steal it. Hello? Do you get it? But if care is not taken, that secret, you may not do anything with it. And the reason it's a secret is because we are the only one holding it. But write this down. There may not be capital for your secret. It looks so expensive. It looks so unique. Although there are some fake secrets that people don't say, I want to do this thing, I want to do this thing. But when you want to thrive, and let's go back to Genesis. I think you understand this now. Let's go to Genesis. Oh, let's try John 9. Let's try John 9. Because I believe strongly that in Africa, entrepreneurship is a deep spiritual affair. Deep spiritual affair. You must be rooted. You must be rooted in your purpose, or else you will try a lot of things before you leave this world without getting any meaningful results. And I'm saying this because you have that spiritual advantage. You have that spiritual advantage to bring out your business. So John chapter 9. Let's see something in John chapter 9. John chapter 9, verse 1. John chapter 9, verse 1. As Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. Teacher, his disciples asked him, why was this man born blind? Was it as a result of his own sins or those of his parents? Then verse 3. Look at the answer of Jesus. Say, it was not because of the sins of his parents. He was born blind so the power of God could be seen in him. He was born blind. A blind guy was to fight all his way to success. He was born blind. He was to fight all his way to breakthrough. Hello? He was born blind. There is a powerful lesson there that when you look at our world, you will likely blame everybody for your misfortune. Number one, government. Number one is what? Please, to survive in Africa, remove government from your equation. Hello? It is not their business to actually help your business. You will grow to an extent. Do you understand that? You will grow up by yourself to an extent that, the little of government policy will now begin to help you. But for government policy to help you from the scratch is a big lie. Hello? And to be sincere, sir, Ama, the way life is, those challenges, they're actually good for us. Look at me, a blind CEO, I'm not saying you are blind, a blind fashion designer, a blind filmmaker, just trying, I want to do something. I want to be like Netflix. I want to do something. You can have fun. Hello? I want to be like Steve Jobs. Hello? Do you have anybody like that? I want to be like, those foreign guys abroad. You are having those dreams. And in your environment, you will see this resistance. And you are the only one fighting it. So Jesus asked that question. They asked Jesus, everyone we have seen in this world with one defect or the other, we believe this thing happened because of sin. So for a very long time, they've been calling that boy or his parents sinners. Oh, is anybody following? They've been calling that person, I would have done this, my parents did not give me enough money. Please, as from today, write down every battle you've been fighting in line with your prayer. And you are going to see something. Because where you are going, you are made for a tough economy, which is Africa. That in the long run, the government is not your problem. In the long run, you are going to have customers that may likely destroy your business by their works. You may likely have staff, then competition. And let me tell you, all these ones, they look like government on their own on the streets. Hello? All these ones are, okay, Jide is my friend. He's not in government. But there is something Jide can do tomorrow that can destroy the business. Because Jide may be the one that will now come very close to you. You are sharing ideas together. It may likely be the one to do it, and there will not be any force that will resist it from actualizing that. So, this boy was blind so that the work of God will be manifested. So, there are challenges you will face so that you can bring out the work of God out of your life. That's like she said earlier, people will look at you despite all odds. Look at where she is. Look at where he is. But running away from this battle will make you will get to a level where you will now see everybody. That was like when our mom the other time said she's too big. I like that vision because most times people will just say, I want to do small chores. I want to bake cake. I like to, at times, those things look so sweet. You understand that? But you may not have challenges on them. And you may likely stay on a small phase in life. Hello? You may not develop capacity to say, I want to buy electric oven one day, that one day in this city, every little child will like to taste my bread. Then you may likely depend on seasonal events once in a while show off. Hello? Instead of daily production that will not show. You will not see anybody making bread announcing it on social media. And they are making money. But you may likely be doing something small and you make it big on social media and you may not make anything. So in the long run, you will now say, how is business? Yeah, we are thriving. Hello? Say, we are managing. Whereas when you're supposed to fight the battle, the days of one shirt, the days of trekking, the days of fighting, so that your blindness can disappear and you can see something massive. The days you have to fight when the world is blaming you. But God is saying that no. This thing happens specifically. There was a reason in my heart that you are born in Africa. If government should just do all these things should go away. All this, if you read your Bible very well, there was nobody that God lifted from the Bible that government was so kind to them. No. And that is why when you look at the word thrive, it's an essential ingredient in business that I am born to fight. So Genesis 1, perfect example. When God created heaven and earth, I say the earth was full of darkness. So let me give you this perfect example. In Nigeria today, something like insecurity is a form of darkness. While coming this morning, God ministered something to me that is some people should rise now, knowing that they are calling. Because if you are called into agriculture, the real battle you are facing now, look at you, is insecurity aspect. So now, this is your calling. So if you can now say, from now, Lord, over this country, I bind this issue of insecurity. That if it is fasting you are supposed to do, fast. If it is prayer you're supposed to do, you pray. If it is research you need to make, you need to study. Because you know, within you, it was to be a massive farmer. Over time, this is what will happen. Over time, you will drop to this zone. Hello? You will drop to where? This zone. You will now be like everybody. You will be playing, making little, whereas God expects you to fight here. So if you want to fulfill purpose in life, this place, your money matters, your money, your time. There are many things we put in place. In this place, you will look as if you are not going anywhere, but you are like that country that failed to make the World Cup. But you sit down to watch all the matches and say, how did they make it to the World Cup? A country is appearing 19 times. What's going on? Although that may be that I'm giving that as an example. You are not the country, so you may not have anything to do with that. I will stop now. But what I'm trying to say here this morning is that I don't want us to raise baby business guys and ladies. Tomorrow people will say Dangote is enjoying monopoly. Dangote. I watched one of his interview. He said he started developing gray hair when he started the refinery. How many of you listen to that? Say he doesn't have that. Say he started having gray hair. And that's an example of you fighting your blindness. He said if he knew that the refinery will cost him some certain things, he said, thank you, ma. But if you don't study those things, say, I want to be like Dangote. Dangote is enjoying monopoly. I believe strongly, one way or the other, everybody, we have that iota of monopoly. That you can be an English teacher in a secondary school, but there is a way you will do your goal. Everybody will want to have you. But say, I'm just an English, just to teach English. I'm just to teach English. But you must know your source. You must know what. If there is something about me, that's something about you, you need to fight it around there. Please, someone, Emily, let's grow this thing closer here. Someone sure. I don't want to be going. I have a few minutes. That you settle that very early in life. Joseph in the Bible settled that. Thank you, sir. He settled that anything about dream, call me. 13 years, they called him a dreamer. That dreamer. 13 years after, he grew not only as a dreamer, but as an interpreter of dreams. One thing, different feats. One battle, many trophies. So that they can now say, oh, they will give you, okay, it's the PLB player of the year. They will now begin from one championship. They now begin to count many things. Because while fighting, you are developing more of yourself that you will need. Yeah. But once you get to this place, you will still stay alone. So when you are now doing well in business, you will enjoy a season of no stiff competition because you have something at the back of your mind that many people don't know. Because my problem with Africa now is that it is very easy for us to copy something and paste it anywhere. But the man that will thrive continually, because this thriving is not that I just want to start business and I'll break for. You keep thriving. Never kindness with this, you are Christians. The same battle that God fought with darkness in Genesis 1. When Jesus said this blunt thing, he said, I must do the work of Him that sent me. Why what? Why what? What's the next thing? For what? Let me tell you, mark my words. Not only mark my word, mark on 9. The night you always come. So let me do this work now. The night will come. And I say, as long as I'm in the world, who can try? Say, as long as I'm in the world, I am the light of the world. He built the light around here. Because that night, somebody will come one day with 10 billion naira on what we are using 1 million naira to rob. They will have studied everything you have done, everything you have been. So don't worry, let's pump money. We are going to pull that person out of the business. But I have this strong belief that if you build capacity, you are baking, you know how to make your bread. Let everybody come with the best equipment in the world. Number one, there is no reason for you to be afraid. I have seen many people losing their businesses because of the emergence of new ones. And there is no reason for that. Africa is big. That was a summit in Lagos. See yesterday or last week about invest in Lagos whatever. They said something about Lagos. I was want to check this Nigeria actually. There is hope. Because you have to fight this scarcity mentality. I see Africa is so small, Nigeria is so small, we have little resources we are managing. No! Nigeria is a wide economy. Very, very massive. You are the one that should now prepare. That on these streets, let there be 10 photographers. We love ourselves. There will not be any reason to hate. Because that cancer will still eat up many creatives in the nearest future. That will be wondering, oh, no, that meant. No! There will be many people. But what will make you to survive is the capacity you built when you are fighting alone. Fighting for what? For the uniqueness of your calling. I have the gift to be a fashion designer. I have the calling to be a fashion designer. That I'm going to stay on this thing. Let me just give you the secret. Maybe that's why I built my life. It's like I like living in a box. But I know I will come out. One way or the other, life will put you in a box. Government policy. Okay, you are coming into business. You have an idea. You have business. I put it this way. You are coming to business for business reason. Business reason. This is you. You are coming for business reason. Business reason. I want to have a school. I want to have a bakery. I want to have a fashion house. I will make wedding gowns for people. That's a business reason. Somebody is coming for, and you have to get this right. Somebody is coming for political reason. Maybe a competitor or a fake staff. That somebody just came to your business to steal from you without you knowing. Hello? You understand? So you now know what is called this economic power. That economic power is what you will use to survive in any season. Because don't just depend that in Africa all I need is money. Because corruption in Africa is not about government, it is cultural. It's within. Most times we don't know. So the fear we now have is that we now see many businesses growing, coming up, but in less than 5 years, they are coming down. Why? I think this is where we need to stop here. For we need to fight this battle. So it's not about you just start. It's not about you just having that, oh, I have that vision. I have that. It's about you conquering this. Then you will have this as in terms of, at times, governments, people we call, there will be all kinds. Then before you know it, let me do something else. Let me jump to something else. And this demon we call unemployment. This demon we call poverty. It is the person with a bakery today with the capacity of hiring about 500 people in the next 10 years that will solve it. Hello? So everybody here today now, what will now help us is not that everybody will start business. We cannot all start business. I remember last year, his second speaker said, I remember very well, one of the things he said last year, if you remember that, today everybody wants to start business. How many of you remember? I remember it. Say, not all of us will start business. But for you now to now have these customers, staff with you, then you build them into an empire that will now build the economy in the long run That will now be our greatest challenge. Not that I want to start the business, we want to start the business, everybody wants to start the business. To be sincere, that is unrealistic economically. But one person, one woman, one man that will survive the battle of that blindness at the beginning, that battle of no support. Your uncle doesn't believe you, your staff doesn't believe you, the society doesn't believe what you have, and you can fight that battle to the point where banks can notice your integrity and they can come and say, "But I should not forget this. I should not forget this. Okay, I plan to teach you this. I just got it while preparing for this. I call it the act of entrepreneurs. This one is about accountability. Most times we don't talk about it. Bookkeeping. Bookkeeping. How much do you have? What is the capacity of your business? There are things you should not buy. There are things you should not do to impress anybody. Anybody that want to thrive will not impress anybody. Because as you are thriving, you are digging your roots. Job said it. Job was a very rich man in the Bible. Job said his roots spread across. It's a mighty tree, but with mighty tree, there are things that will keep you that the world will not see. So the rebranding is the strength that people will not see. So when you're talking about packaging, it is what people cannot see about you. Your potential, investments, savings. There is this 500,000 naira in First Bank. We are not going to purchase. Oh, this is the latest equipment they are buying now. I'm not buying. I saw this with one pastor in Nigeria. I mean, my pensionist. There are things that people will do in his generation. Didn't do it. I did my research. Because the part today is that you'll be fighting with everybody around there. Don't forget this. Oh, everybody around there. How do you do it? You look like this. You look like this. You want to do this? You want to do this? There are some equipment now that you don't need to buy. In the days of AI, you have not seen anything. You will see equipment. Because number one, for us as Africa, there are things we cannot make. Hello? There are some machines that will come from Germany markets. All you need to do when checking your account, 11 minutes, when checking your accountability, all you need to do is to build because in the real economy, bankers will come to you to check your book. Hello? We even have any. People don't have to. You are buying, spending. The machine you bought today, you cannot use it tomorrow. There are things you must not do for certain reasons. Because our times are different. There will be a time, certain things will come, and you may have those, let's say, 10 million naira. And you approach your bank and say, please, I need 50 million naira. Because your season has come. And it's okay, we can give it to you. And at that particular time, you are the only one built to do that kind of it. So I call this accountability. You must be accountable to God, accountable to yourself, accountable to your calling. These are the things you address around there. So as you are thriving, you are like the blind man, blind boy, without a sin, not the sin of your parents, not the sin. It is not everything that is government. God ordained some things for your lifting. You must trust God to that level. Hello? You must like God to that level that everything that happened to me in life, the equation is all things work together for good. For me that love God and called according to his purpose. Because God knew that one day I'm going to start a paint industry. I'm going to start a bakery. God knew you are going to start. Mention big things. Mention that you are going to start anything. There are some children in St. Louis now, all those primary school guys now, they are the one that will come as your accountant tomorrow. Those guys coming up in Nigeria, they will never look for job. The jobs will be created by you. So there are things that God ordained for you. You must know that it is not because that I did ND, bury that. Say yes. Hello? Some of you better say, the reason I'm like this is because I had ND. The reason I'm like this is because I had ordinary O level. Forget about those things. Do you understand that? Start trusting God from now as I close. That everything happen so that the work of God will be manifested in it. Government will not do everything. Pharaoh said, I called everybody to interpret the dream. He said, nobody. That means all the advisors of the government that they failed. The only man that did not fail was what? Was who? So can you now imagine? Everybody in Joseph's government, in Pharaoh's government, they were like what? They were olodos. So that means as they were there, in fact, two of them, they sent them to the prison. So there was a bad government during that time. But for somebody that God ordained to put his wisdom in his life, certain things did not work well. So start preparing for the time that things will work according to God's purpose for your life. So stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming the man that took your money. Yes, they took your money. Certain things happen. But you say, no. Despite all these things, I'm still thriving. I'm still moving forward. I will not give up. I will show up every day to open my shop. I will show up every day to further my education. I will show up every day. People will say, this thing is not working. You want to take another degree? I'm going somewhere. Why do you want to take that course? I'm going somewhere. Because somewhere within you, you have seen 2040. I told some guys, the present government, in the next 4 or 5 years, they will not be there. Do you know the next president? By 2030, 2031, try and guess. You can see. But if you are focusing on the present, you won't see the future. It may be your friend. It may be your classmate. And all of a sudden, oh boy, let me dust my certificate or let me dust something. My friend may appoint me as the next. There are things you start thinking now because God ordained such things. Then you get to a stage in life to be like this. Get to that stage knowing you are the light of the world. Knowing I'm not just an ordinary fashion designer. I'm here for a reason. I'm not an ordinary baker. I'm here for a reason. That there are things that we do in life with music. There are books that we write. And they will turn those books to films. You start writing. People are telling you it will not work. Let me tell you, as far as this world is concerned, there are only 2 people living on this earth. Will I tell you? It's you and God. And that is where your spiritual growth now matters. Develop that relationship with God. That solid relationship with Him. In line with your purpose and business. Lord, I'm a baker. I'm baking for you. I'm baking bread every day because you called me. Don't bother about any other person. Not that you hate them, but you love yourself so much that you focus on God and you don't hate other people or you feel bad because they are succeeding. Once you get to that level, God begins to arrange life in such a way that there will not be anybody that will interpret that dream. And Pharaoh will say, can we find a woman like this? A woman in whom is the Spirit of God. Can we find a man like this? A man in whom is the Spirit of God. Hallelujah.